Okay, for the missile guidance specialist, you go all the way here to War Economy. This is the earliest you can get them. It's the only one I've found so far. I'm not really sure how far I am into the game, but it's the only one I know. So, there's only one landing spot, and for this mission, we are going to switch back D-Dog for Quiet because there are 2 radio towers inside the airport where she has a great shot at pretty much everybody. Also, aside from that, which I highly recommend, I seriously recommend you bring these sleeping gas mines right here. If you don't have them, research them, they're pretty useful, and they're going to be basically very elemental to the plan I'm going to show you right now. So, we're going to bring them along. I highly suggest you do too, and commence mission obviously at 6 in the afternoon. Okay, so now that we've landed, there are 2 things that make this mission, well 3 things that make this mission particularly hard. But before that, we're going to send Quiet over there to start her scouting ability. So, the 3 things that make this difficult are: 1, there are snipers on the roof; 2, there are people on walker gear, which makes them very hard to take down with non-lethal, especially because they're wearing body armor; and 3, there is a chopper that will stop patrolling around. So yeah. Luckily for us, we're going to avoid the snipers completely, and the walker gear guys, Quiet, is going to be able to take care of them mostly, and the helicopter, we're going to work around. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work our way towards the northern border of this thing, where our entrance and exit is. Now, usually I go in through the garage entrance over there because there's only one guard, but I recently discovered that there's this one over here. There it is, right there. Hold on. Yeah, this one over here. It is locked, but luckily we are thieves and we can picklock this. There we go. Now, as you can see over there, Quiet has already scouted 2 guys on walker gears, and they are very annoying because they also have what is essentially a mini bunker covering them from the front and from the sides, so getting them in the head with the pistol or the rifle is extremely difficult. As you can see, there is no way I can even hit them. It gets even harder when they start wearing helmets, which means the only place you can actually get them is in the legs, and because they're behind that, yeah, let's not even get started. Now, Quiet is still scouting around. Now, the key to this, the way I did this mission, which is, it makes it very, very easy, is this abandoned warehouse over here. Now, eventually the target will go over there. Now, here I try to tell Quiet to take him out. Unfortunately, she misses. So, we'll just wait around for that guy. However, this guy right here, I managed to get in the leg myself, so... And there it is right there. We're going to crawl around just in case. And there's the guy that I shot in the leg falling asleep. Now, he'll wake up before the mission is over, unfortunately, but we don't have to worry that much. We're just going to wait for the chopper to be right on top of us before we get up. Or do we get up at all? Now, unfortunately, I'm going to try and put that other walker gear to sleep with one of our gas mines. Now, you got to be careful with these things because they will trigger on yourself, and it's going to take you about 6 seconds to wake up from it if you do it quickly enough. So we're just going to work around the light. We don't want that walker gear guy to see us. He has a minigun on him, so yeah, not nice. However, the key to this mission is... around this corner is this doorway right here. The target and the guy with the missile guidance specialist trait are going to come in through this door. So we're just going to place a mine right here, and that'll be that. All we gotta do now is take out that walker carrier guy. Unfortunately, he didn't get close enough to my other gas mine, but luckily he is showing his back to Quiet, which has a great shot at his head right there. So we're going to tell him to do it. And down he goes. And we've got some fuel resources right here, 300 to be exact. Always useful, especially since you use fuel for pretty much everything. And now, all we gotta do now is keep an eye out on the chopper, keep an eye out on the guys we have asleep. You can go Fulton them right now. I wasn't sure how long I had before they came in through the hangar. Luckily, you have enough time to go Fulton him. And now, all we gotta do is wait for them to show up. Now, they're going to show up on the second floor. You can see it right there on the upper right corner. That's the door where they'll come out. All we gotta do now is wait. And there they are. These are the two guys. The big guy in the armor is the guy for the mission, and the guy in the back, in the suit, is the guy you want. He is the missile guidance specialist. Makes a little bit of sense when you think about it, but it really didn't click on me the last time because I wasn't really sure how long I had. Now that guy over there wakes up, so I'm going to make sure this guy over here doesn't do it by shooting him one more time with my tranq gun, just to be safe. Now the first shot hit body armor, and you can hear the difference in sound when it hits body armor, so I shoot him another time in the leg, and that's it. Now they're going to walk slowly this way, and they're going to go in through the door we put the mine in. Now I'm not really sure what the radius on the mine is. I'm not sure if it would get them both, so we're going to give us a little bit of insurance, and we're going to shoot the guy in the suit with the tranq gun in the leg, so that if it doesn't work, he'll go down anyway, or that way if you shoot him one more time, he'll go down instantly. So as you can see, the guy in the armor is completely covered except for his head. So if you don't have any gas mines, the only way you can get him is if you go into CQC with him, but he's got a shotgun on him, I believe, or if you get him right in the head. However, if you try to do that on a moving target without a sniper rifle, it gets pretty hard. Now as you can see, he's actually a very decent soldier, and you can repeat this mission over and over to get a pretty good combat team going. Now here I am getting into position. I could have probably shot him there, but I decided to get into the shadow first to be a little bit more safe. Now, unfortunately, I missed there. Luckily, they really don't pay much attention to it because it's dark on metal and it's not that important. And there we go. He triggered the gas mine, and as we can see, the radius was actually enough. Now, I'm going to tell Quiet to take that guy out because he just showed his back to her again. There we go. That's the second time he's gone down through the same process. Now, be careful with the chopper because even if the light is not on them, they may spot you. Or at least you will draw attention and they will hover you around you for a bit. As soon as he's over you, you can photon people out and it won't really matter anymore. Especially since they don't have eyes on the back of their head. Or the back of their chopper, as it would be. So all you gotta do now is photon both of these guys out. Make sure you're outside so that your balloons don't pop. And there's nobody else close by. Now all we need to do is we're gonna take this thing for a little ride. We're gonna take it home because even though you can't give it to your soldiers, as far as I've seen, you can actually sell them for 50,000 each. So it costs 10,000 to extract it, but you can sell it for 50. So you can basically make 5 times your money back. Now, the bad part about escaping with this thing is you cannot open doors with it. So as you can see right now, I need to get off and open the door for myself. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough because these things ignore doors for some reason. So I need to get off again, open it up again. And we are done. All we need to do now is exit the hot zone. As you can see, there's another mine over there. I'm not sure when they started doing that against me, but luckily we were on top of Walker gear and nothing happened to us. So right across this road is we exit the hot zone, so we are going to take this over home. Here we go. And we're done. And that is it. That is how easy it is to get your Missile Guidance Specialist as well as an S rank on this mission. Now, I don't have the Foxhound logo up right now because I need to get 3 missions in a row with a Foxhound requirement, and I've been running around creating a lot of havoc with some other missions.
They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
So, there you go. That is how you get your Missile Guidance Specialist. So, now that you have it, I'm just going to scroll through all this, almost at 10,000 heroism, which is pretty nice. Skip through this. And also skip around through this. I don't think I get that many soldiers this time around. We don't. So, in order to make the killer bee, all you gotta do now is head all over to your research. Over here, head on over to missile launcher, so be here on 5. All the way down, and there it is right there. And you can now make this. Now the one below is the one you can use with multiple warheads, but take your pick and happy hunting.